Hello, Scorpio. I am here with your bonus love reading. You guys won the contest for how many views, or for the most views for the month of April. So you get extra bonus readings during the month of May. And the first one that you get is going to be a love reading because that is one of the things that people want to know the most about. So I'm going to use the Royal Gilded Tarot. And let's ask for the love messages for the sign of Scorpio for the next 4 weeks. So Scorpios, I know that when you guys love, you love with not only your whole heart, but your whole entire being. And that can be a good thing if you are having a good go of things with your relationships. And if things have turned sour, well, Scorpios, you guys feel that with your whole being to the very deepest, darkest depths. Now, this also goes for if you have Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, and Scorpio Venus, or if you are cross-watching. Now, I am not reading this for a cross-watcher, but if you want to know more about the inner workings of a Scorpio that you are having feelings for, this may help you to understand their point of view a little bit better. I've never fully understood the cross-watcher, particularly if you're single and don't have a person that you know well enough to know their birthday, and to know well enough to not only know their birthday, but to know their moon and rising signs, because that often requires, or at least for the rising sign, you have to have within an hour of the time of birth. So if you're single and trying to call somebody in, how do you cross-watch? The answer, short answer is you can't. But you can call in their energies and the energies that you embody. Whew, quite a bit, isn't it? So the first card that we have, I'm going to try for a Celtic cross. We'll see if the cards cooperate. This is unusual for them to be this quiet for this long. Going to try for a Celtic cross just because it does talk about what is blocking us. And don't forget, in the month of May, we do have some retrogrades going on, one of which is the Saturn retrograde happening on May 23rd. The pre-shadow phase we'll start feeling next weekend. Some of that blockages may be coming in and rearing its ugly head. So I really want to dive into what might be blocking any relationships. Oh boy. You are pulling in some major arcana here, because every single card that has come out so far has been major arcanas. Okay, I'm getting a better picture here as to what is going on. A couple more cards. I'm running out of space. I have limited space here as to where I can put my cards. Ever since I started recording with my laptop, I have run out of significant room when it comes to the cards. So laying out the Celtic cross is an interesting, I have to be a little creative with how I lay them out, as long as I remember which way I pulled the cards out. So how you are currently feeling, ooh, we do have a couple different signs coming out. Now you may have been dealing with a Gemini, just because both major arcana cards of Gemini have come out, and one of them is what's crossing you. So I'm gonna put those aside for just a moment. Let's talk about the energy you're in right now. The energy you're in right now is the Hermit. You're feeling a little isolated. You might be feeling a little lonely. particularly if you are not already in a relationship. And if you are, you might be feeling a little bit lonely within the relationship itself. Just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and in this lantern is the light of the Star card. And the Star card is one of hopes and dreams. So if you're not currently in a relationship, there could be one coming in. We will dive more into that in a moment. But one that is coming in is what you have been hoping and wishing for. Now, what is crossing you? These two came out together, so I am going to read them together. The first card is the Lover's Energy card of Gemini. Also talks about balance. So you may have been feeling out of balance. There might be some power struggles going on within the relationship. And this is what is blocking you and what is potentially creating some strife or discord. So if there is a power struggle, find a way to help balance that out. Now, if you are wanting to call in a relationship, there could be something out of balance that is blocking you from achieving this deep love. And there is no coincidence that what is blocking you is the Tower. And the Tower moment is a major event that is shocking. Now, it could be good shocking. If you are in a relationship, this could be good news coming in, or this could conversely be bad news. Whatever it is going to be individual to your situation. And that is something for a private reading. But this is something that is coming in and shaking your foundation and potentially knocking you out of balance or ending up creating something that goes out of balance. Now, some of you may be dealing with a Gemini as well. What is behind you, or I almost feel this is something that is also blocking you. I don't necessarily feel that this is what is behind you, because some of these cards kind of came out together, and this did fall out with the Tower and the Lover's card, but not on top of each other like they did. So this, I'm going with my gut here on this one. This is also what is blocking you. You've got the Devil card. So if you're not dealing with Gemini, you could be dealing with Capricorn, as this is the card of Capricorn. And in all honesty, I hate it when tarot readers do that. It's like, you could be dealing with this when in reality you don't have anybody and this is what you're trying to call in. Be careful of having negative thought patterns, negative behaviors that could be coming in to block you. And the Devil card embodies all of those. Could also embody addictions. So if you are with somebody already and they have negative attitudes, negative behaviors, or are addicted or have addictions, there could be multiple addictions, and you can be addicted to a negative attitude or negative emotions. And it's time to let that go either way, whether it's yours or theirs. You don't need any of this in your life. I just finished the monthly readings for Pisces, and Pisces got this, and they too are a water sign. I'll tell you a very quick story. I was a police officer for 15 years, and I saw what happens when the Devil energy is in a relationship, and it goes to both sides. It's not simply one-sided. It can be both parties, but it is often one-sided, where one side stays with a person who embodies the Devil energy. And the reason why I know this is because I was showing up as a police officer, responding to those calls. And for those people who did not get rid of the Capricorn, sorry, not Capricorn energy, the Devil energy, those who didn't get rid of it, I usually saw again and again and again until they did escape it. So if this is the negative end of things, please get rid of it. And if you are just struggling, please seek some help. This card is such a serious card. Normally it's a warning, but this is a major red flag. If you get the Devil energy in a relationship, that's not the one. On the other hand, you do have the lovers here. These two guys dancing down here is the lovers, but they're in purgatory. They're not in heaven. And there is a lot of lust associated with this card as well. Lust can be good if it is a healthy relationship, but if it's not a healthy relationship, that just goes to another strike against this energy. And I really strongly feel this is what is blocking you from achieving this kind of deep love that you are wanting to call in. Now, what is coming in from below you, and this is something that you are calling in that you don't necessarily realize that you have. Card of Sagittarius. This is another major arcana card. Most of your reading is major arcanas, Scorpios. I've hardly seen this type of major arcana, and I'll be honest, the last time I saw this major arcana, I was doing a personal reading for Scorpio. This card, you could either be a cusper with Sagittarius, or you are bringing in that balance, because the Temperance card does talk about balance. She is fire and water at the same time, but this is a soft feminine energy, and it also talks about being patient. So patience is what you are calling in and digging in deep for. And what are you being so patient about? The Devil card, quick backtrack. The Devil card could also be something that you've left behind, as initially I had put it in what is behind you position, but for some of you, it's what's blocking you. For some of you, you've recently put it behind you. What you are calling in from above, this is where there's a lot of hope and optimism coming in, is you've got the Magician card. And while, yes, this is also the card of Gemini, it can also be seen as the card of Virgo. Depending on what beliefs you subscribe to. Either way, the Magician is the alchemist, the creator, the manifester. This is what is helping you to create and call in what it is you want. And we have a new moon on May 11th, which is in the sign of Taurus, which is wanting us to call in more of the material things. And be careful if once you do get those material things that somebody suddenly pops up on your doorstep and is professing their love for you. They may just be after your wealth, which is the devil energy, guys. This devil energy is really focusing really strongly in this reading. But use your powers to create and manifest what it is you really want. Now, this new moon in Taurus, while it does want you to focus on the more material things, please do not solely focus on that with your manifestations. You can call in things that you love as well. And this particular new moon on May 11th does want you to get abundantly explicit in what it is you want to create. So call in your dreamy side, as Jupiter does go into Pisces shortly after May 11th. Tap into that dreamy side. You are watery. You are a little bit dreamy yourself. So tap into that more dreamy creative, because the manifester, the magician, is also very creative on how they go about doing it. They have the tools to call in what it is that they want to create. Tap into that dreamy side and dream about that partner or that relationship that you want to bring in, and get explicitly clear to all of the attributes of a person that you want to bring in towards you. And if you already have a person, then how you want your relationship to look and to move forward. Now, we do have the Page of Swords as to what is in our future, and I like this card in the future position. Now, the Page of Swords on the surface may look like challenges ahead, but in reality, the page is doubting your ability to deal with any challenges that do come up. And with any relationship, there will be a challenge at some point. And the Page of Swords can talk about being doubtful in your ability to navigate those challenges. But while there is doubt, you do have the skills to move through it. You're just doubting yourself, and you're having, it's just a moment. It's a moment of self-doubt. But you have it. You've got what it takes. And I really strongly feel that there's a lot of you guys who are not in a relationship that are looking for something to come in. You have a spark of passion, spark of creativity, an opportunity that comes in. And this is coming in your future as well. This is a future position. So this is a fire energy. It's going to show up when you least expect it. And because this is the next 4 weeks type reading, this is going to be on the farther end of the 4 weeks. So into early June. Just a little bit of a warning when it comes to the end of the month and into June. For the future, Mercury is going to be in retrograde. Therefore, just be mindful of your communications and that you are clear in your communications to the point that nothing can be misunderstood, misconstrued to cause any conflict, because Mercury retrograde likes to do that. It likes to have miscommunications, missed calls, missed texts. Maybe this potential new spark, new flame is going to try and send you a message and you miss the call for a legitimate reason and your phone doesn't give you a notification. Also be wary with the Mercury retrograde that this can happen on your side too, that you may miscommunicate or misinterpret somebody's communication towards you. So be mindful of that. Now, a couple other things that are popping up here is there is more fire energy, masculine energy, and this goes very well with the devil, as this is the minor arcana equivalent of the devil, and that is the King of Wands. He is the CEO of the tarot. He's fiery and lustful and passionate. He's not very committed. He's not very loyal. He's only out for his own interests, and he can be prideful to the point of it being a bad thing. Not emotional. He doesn't care about your emotions. He only cares about himself. He's quite arrogant. And because I do have an interest in psychology, this guy is, or at least CEOs have the energy of psychopath. And there has been studies found that a lot of CEOs in business are psychopaths. So be careful of this energy because it is going to feel you. You're going to have a feeling of lack or feeling like you're out in the cold with this guy. And you're going to have to keep repeating, getting up and healing those wounds time and time again. Now, if this is somebody that has already departed out of your life, hopefully you kicked them to the curb and that was your tower moment. Allow yourself time to heal from those wounds. The wounded warrior energy here, while it is Wands energy, meaning fire energy, this person who is wounded does get back up. They do heal, but you do have to allow yourself that time to heal. And here is more double confirmation with the minor arcana and the major arcana, or the major arcana and the minor arcana equivalent coming out in a reading. This has happened. I just finished monthly readings. This happened for Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and I think even Libra. I just finished all of those, and the same thing has been happening. So this, I strongly feel, is your own energy. So we have the Empress to start, and the Empress is the mom of the tarot. She is loving, nurturing, giving, and Scorpios, you are all of those things. There's also a quite slight coincidence that I'm recording this on Mother's Day, by the way. But you are all of those things. You can be soft and feminine and caring and nurturing and ready to birth something new, because the Empress is often depicted as being pregnant, but that is just being ready or getting ready to birth something new. And that new could be the transformation that you are going through after all of this devil, yucky devil energy in the Tower moment, is you're allowing yourself to heal, you are nurturing yourself, and you are transforming. And some of that is with the help of Pluto and Saturn in retrograde, and will be coming out of retrograde May 6th and 10th, respectively. So while you are doing this, you are healing yourself and nurturing yourself. And this is a double confirmation with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups embodies the exact same energy as the Empress, only is the minor arcana as well. Now, this minor arcana here is also water energy, which is you. This is why I strongly feel that this is what you are doing right now, is you are giving yourself a lot of self-love, and you're nurturing your own self so that when it is time to step into something new, you are able to do so with your fullest abilities. Now, let's do a quick rundown of some of the energies. Here, we've got the Ten of Wands. So you're putting those burdens down in regards to this relationship, whether it is expectations for a relationship coming in, or you are putting the burdens down in regards to a former relationship that has left you wounded. This is the card of partnership, and this is my romance card. I feel these burdens are tied to this romance. You have some stress and anxiety and worry, which is tied to the Five of Cups, which is grief, loss, and sorrow. Don't allow yourself to worry about these burdens, particularly if they're not yours to carry. If you love somebody who is addicted, you may have to let them go until they are able to get themselves out, because you can only love someone like that for so long before something has to change one way or another, whether that is you leaving them. You can still love them from afar, but get yourself out of that energy, especially if it is not yours. Do not, like you, I'm purposely putting my hand up here. Don't go there. Don't get into trying to fix and heal them. That is something they have to do on their own. There are some wishes coming up that is potentially being granted. Now, this is really digging into the deck, so this is going to be beyond the 4 weeks. Hopes and dreams coming in. Remember those challenges coming up and the manifestations. You may be feeling like you're being challenged, but manifest your way through it. Manifest and create this energy here. Hopes and dreams coming in. There is some very strong masculine energy. It could be a person that you view as somebody who holds some authority. Could be somebody from your past that comes in. Very interesting. 3 cards that were completely flipped over in the deck. Oh, 6 of Swords, moving into a calmer period of time after being through rough waters. You may have had to defend yourself, whether that be physically or just cutting through the bullshit and the rumor mill. Defend yourself if you have to, but know that there is completion coming in with this cycle, and it's going to be very freeing and gratifying. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Wheel of Fortune is going to start spinning in your favor. One thing people forget about the Wheel of Fortune is that you have to go through the down phase before you go through the upswing with the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor. Now, this is in the upright, so things are going to start spinning in your favor in the near future. It's going to take some strength to get through it, but there is some really good energies to help get you through the next 4 weeks and beyond. So, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this message. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share away with your fellow Scorpios. And if you do want a personal reading, please contact me or send me a message on the North of 40 Tarot Facebook page, and we can discuss things further. And I will talk to you soon.